Hello, and welcome back to Kaiserreich. We march towards war, slowly but surely. I've mostly pulled back my volunteers. I don't know why. I don't think I've been doing a lot, to be honest. I've mostly put my finger on the scale in the places that I needed to. Right now, I'm kind of at a low point. Oh my god, are you kidding me? How are things going in Benghazi? Benghazi. Alright, Unrest in Benghazi. Serving as the only Ottoman base in Cyrenaica, a new wave of unrest has washed over the town with the departure of the Senussi administration from Ajabaya to Girabub. No doubt caused by agents. Sorry about that. Of the Senussi sect, they have succeeded in causing severe damage to the Ottoman standing amongst the local population. Many of the city's non-Muslim citizens are demanding more decisive action from the garrison in the city as they fear a departure of Ottoman rule from the region would have severe consequences on their economic fortunes and even their lives should it come to blows between the two sides. The Jewish community is especially at risk as even in Benghazi the effects of the Palestinian issue start to weigh in. Most worrying. Yeah, seriously, you said it. Congress of Haifa opens its doors as violence continues to escalate across the region. Various signatories of the Jerusalem Accords agreed to meet in Haifa to decide the future of the M.O.J. The Ottomans quickly demanded the immediate reunification with Constantinople, pointing out the current chaos is fully to blame on those who took it away from the Porte in 1920. Egypt is openly calling for its attachment to Egypt, claiming that the Arabs should be united. The Ottoman actions during the Welp War led to its creation in the first place. That's so funny. The committee sent out to investigate the sustainability of the continued operation also returned with a negative answer, prescribing reunification with the Ottoman Empire with an international panel ensuring the safety of Jewish people. Its home solution can be found. Listen, any plan that lets us march troops in here is a good plan. Like, that's my position on here. Like, I will sign whatever, more or less, as long as my guys can be the ones standing, like, here. Because everything else is just a piece of paper. Bro. Chaos amongst the Yaf. The Kurdish tribal confederation of the Yaf, one of the most prominent in Iraqi Kurdistan, has been shaken up this week. Earlier this week. Excuse me. Following the murder of their chief, fighting on the side of the Ottoman army during the first revolt of Sheikh Mahmud. Many have been quick to point fingers across the Iranian border, where the exiled chief's been seemingly building up his strength for return to power. The assassination has caused the disaffected member of the Confederation to break with the central policy and prop up their own successor whose vision on cooperation with the Ottoman regime is far less secure. Disturbing. Let's go. Alright. In response to the issues in Palestine, the signatories of the Jerusalem Accords have voted in favor of its abolition and reintegration of the Ottoman Empire. Proposals to return the Sinai to Egypt were vetoed by our representatives, to the great annoyance of both Cairo and the other powers, which ultimately concluded to putting it under joint control by both nations, something those two have already denounced. Whether or not this solves the Palestine issue remains to be seen, but what is for certain is the conflict between the Ottomans and Egypt is only starting. With the last paperwork still to be done, orderly transfer of authority from the gendarmerie to the Ottoman army will be organized. The M.O.J. will continue to function for a week longer, although no longer have the power to decide on internal matters, now a strictly Ottoman affair. A wise decision. Okay. I don't like that. What do you mean fulfill the interview? The backstab. Restoration of the emirate. Ha! Not so much with the backstab. Ha ha ha. We did it. We kept our minion loyal. Alright, reintegrate the M.O.J. They Egyptians shall invade the Sinai, which, sure, I don't really care. I think max range is probably more important than max speed. I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I guess. Sure. Max range is good. Halil hands over Al-Hasa, upholding their end of the secret bargain we struck. The emir in Halil has reluctantly agreed with their demands and commenced handover of the Al-Hasa strip to is this thing the Al-Hasa strip? It is! Poggies. Al-Hasa strip to our representatives on the ground. The strip, lost to the Saudis in 1913, has finally been returned to the authority of the Caliph and will serve as a base of vital base of operation for any forays into Arabia or the Arab Gulf. Congratulations. Congratulate our allies with the victory. Nice. We did it. Second place agenda. Oh, nice. This is just like occupied state. Alright, got it. Whatever. They can't even establish naval connections. Get owned, nerd. Get owned, nerd. Bam! Alright, whatever. I'm actually just gonna build more forts. Especially in Benghazi. Okay, never mind. Egypt crosses the Suez. In blatant breach of the conclusions reached at Haifa. Just gonna cancel that. I like how they beat us to pressing that button. In a blatant breach of the conclusions reached at Haifa, the Egyptian armies crossed the Suez with the intentions of occupying the M.O.J. The closest army units in Damascus and Beirut already in standby for the duration of the Congress. Should the conclusion have been less desirable, are ready to counter the Egyptians and are solely awaiting the command to their pasha. Okay. Missions. Activates missions. What? That's what I figured. We're at war, baby! What is the mission? Middle Eastern Campaign. We have 320 days. Oh dear. The Egyptian army cannot sustain a prolonged war against us. Defense and dab strategy can wear them down. We must turn the tide before they threaten our heartland. Alright. Will fail if at least 2 of the following must be true. I don't know what that means. Oh, we have to hold at least 2 of the following. That's good, right? I think military stuff is probably what we want right now. That's a buildable light tank. I don't have that. Whatever. Recruiting men. Destroyer leader is better. I'll take a cruiser captain as well. Lancer? I think I'll take Silent Hunter. Torpedo hit chance. Alright. We'll hope that that works. Give us volunteers. Give us volunteers. Please, 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 please. This is pretty mandatory. And in fact, now is the time for me to, like, fully extend my lines. Emirate of Cyrenaica. Okay. Iran is preparing to declare war on us. Yeah, that's what I figured. The Levant crisis, Arab nationalism, Turkish imperialism have finally found themselves at odds. Okay. Rip Carlos. Okay, first of all, rising dissent in Iraqi Kurdistan. With the general feeling of nearing war in the air, the stability has taken a nosedive in the region of Sulaymaniyah. Raids by two powerful tribes, the Hawami and the Hamavand, allies of Sheikh Mahmud during the revolt, have become so unbearable that merchants and other urban citizens have been forced to leave for Kirkuk and Mosul. Protection from the local confederations and Ottoman gendarmerie granted them a much-needed reprise. Protests against slow response to the government have also seen uptick, as many Kurds starting to lose faith in the military to protect them from harm. Nonetheless, the army sent a detachment of 3,000 men and air squadron into the territory of the troublesome tribes to put an end to their disturbance. Iranian government is quick to respond that a scale of these troop movements so close to the border only a sign the Kurds are planning to invade Iranian Kurdistan and drive the Kurds out. The current Kurds living there another waste of brave Turkish soldiers. The Levant crisis. I will take support equipment. Levant crisis. Arab nationalism and Turkish imperialism have finally found themselves at odds as talks with the Sinai-Palestine issue have collapsed after Egypt marched its army through the Sinai Desert. Nominally united until 1914, the leading powers in the Middle East now set on a course to decide the destiny of the region, even as the Egyptians can count on an array of allies in the other Arab states. Many fear it won't be enough as the military and economic capacity of the Turkish Empire, for now, still vastly outclasses that of its rival. Foreign investors are watching the conflict with fear as the oil reservoirs in the Middle East have become more important than ever with the collapse of the authority of the United States. We can't let the empire fall. Our finest hour, the moment we feared for years, has finally arrived. Our numerous enemies have bonded together and sally forth in an effort to liberate the Middle East from our so-called oppression. We will, however, not go gently in the dark night, and will throw everything we have at these invaders to preserve the House of Osman, the empire that may last 1,000 years. To arms! Certain decisions being available gets event the question of conscription. We do not have the good boy points to do that. We are keeping these forces in reserve to deal with any revolts. I think we're going to have to square off at Arish. If we can just hold that line and just hold it, that's fine. We have Jabal Shamar, which should be enough to deal with Yemen. Though I'm inclined to just not call in these guys to war, unless I need to. Holding Arish should be enough. Okay. Alright. Now we're going to call in Jabal Shamar. I'm not going to call in Yemen. The Great Druze Revolt. As the war with the Kingdom of Egypt progresses, the people of Levant have grown growing restless and uncertainty grabs the region. Against this backdrop to the latest setback, Turkish rules occurred, with the Druze of Syria in open revolt, having kicked out the local Turkish garrison and armed themselves. They're an inspiration to all Arabs under Turkish rule. While currently mustering only minor forces, they're allowed to strengthen. Who knows where this avalanche of popular discontent will stop? They must be crushed. Use the loosened tax burden. in Greater Syria to stop the revolt from spreading. Any state with resistance higher than 70 will result in left dealt with. How is our resistance? I literally don't see any at all. They must be crushed.
Hazırım efendim. Bana kulak verin.
You are going to get motored here. You are going to get motored to Beirut. Very low, medium, very low, low, very high. Cannot loosen tax burdens. Let's recruit local troops. This costs command power, huh? I'll recruit a local troop here.
Emriniz yok mu?
Might as well. I don't think that's that valuable, but I might as well just use the ability since I have it. The Great Syrian Revolt. Yeah, not so great. Can't say I'm that impressed. Buckled under Turkish rule, the Arab people of Greater Syria have finally decided to throw off the yoke and have joined the Arab Brethren fighting in Cairo, fighting for liberation of the Mashriq and the creation of a new Arab, Middle East, Syrians of all religions and ethnic groups are united to rid themselves of Turkish rule. Ambitions of various leaders and disagreements between various partners of the Cairo Pact, however, may lead to issues should the common threat be dealt with, as the ideas of the Greater Syrian independence aren't compatible with Farouk's design of an Arab state ruled from Cairo. Their cause is hopeless, I was going to say. And it's assuming that they win, which, like, you know. I don't know about that.
Emredersiniz efendim. Emriniz yok mu? Hazır ol.
Scrunch those guys. The Iranians will strike at some point. I want to be done here. Is Fortify Baghdad, like, even that useful? It's probably fine. Besides, if I can get forts here, that's probably good, right? Come on, man. I'm fine with this layup right now. Yeah, this is the problem with burning command powers. You know, Syria's capitulated, yeah. Great news. Okay, yeah. Yemen has decided that they want to be... Hey, thank you very much. Imam Yahya declares his independence, official leader of central Yemen since his successful revolt against our rule in the 1910s. Imam Yahya has always been an ambitious man who sets his sights on southern Yemen and Asir as the natural roots of expansion for his Yemeni fief, although he stayed loyal to the Porte during their Weltkrieg, tempted by possible enrichment if they were victorious. It seems now he believes the wind has turned against them, and he has refused to answer the call to arms sent out by our Sultan Caliph. Well, this is why I didn't call him to arms. With the Arab coalition gaining strength, the loss of Aden is yet another blow to the Sunline Porta. He shall be punished for his actions, I guess. Well, that leaves me with, like... I'm gonna keep 3 of these guys chilling in Aleppo, just for the sake of it. I'm gonna send the rest of these guys down south to deal with Yemen. These guys can hold the line all they want, man. fortify Al-Rish if we can. But that's like low on the priority list, to be honest. Me and Jabal Shamar should be enough to crush Yemen by ourselves. I don't like this. Alright, the Germans and Austrians are here. The losing here is actually a lot less of a big deal than losing, like, elsewhere. We can also go... Get delay! More org. The question of conscription. Our enemies are numerous, and so we must be. Luckily, conscription's already in place across the Empire, placing us well prepared to deal with the fronts in the war. With both superior numbers and equipment, we make easy work of the upstarts trying to destroy the House of Osman. We were well prepared. How cool. Bruh. Sheikh Mahmud arrives in Sulaymaniyah, riding out the head of 500 horsemen. The exiled, self-styled king of Kurdistan has returned to his home. To no one's surprise, this has given another boost to the morale of the rebelling Kurds. You see in this not really much Kurdish revolution going on. And these guys are at low. I've already loosened their tax burden though, so. No one's surprised, blah, 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 blah. Sign of returning, both the Hawami and Hamavand are quick to pledge their allegiance to the Sheikh and have both sent detachments of their tribes to his base of operation near the Iranian border. Excuse me. Certain factions of the Jaf Confederation, still recovering from the blatant attack in their leadership, have also taken his side, whilst others remain on the fence, as the Iranian support of Mahmud promises seems unlikely to arrive. A blatant breach of the Sabad Pact, the government in Constantinople, has been an immediate answer from Iran as the matter to explain why they didn't stop the Sheikh from returning. The telegram was also promptly sent to eastern Anatolia with orders to arm the remnants of Simonki's arming, put them on standby for similar operations around Lake Urmia should the Iranians not back down. Better give us a good explanation. That's really annoying. Yay, we sunk some destroyers. Look at us gamers. Yeah. Sulaymaniyah declares its independence, declared by the recently returned Sheikh Mahmud Barzinji. The city of Sulaymaniyah and the surrounding territories decided to break with the Ottoman Empire and use the ruling chaos in Mashriq to carve out a state of their own. This decision comes as a bit of a surprise for his former ally in Iran, who intended him to destabilize the Porte, but not declare a Kurdish state. Fearing support from their own Kurdish population for its cause, remains unclear whether Iran will turn their guns on him before the situation further deteriorate. Damn Barzinji. Barzinji insurrection without allies. Yeah. Without allies, they're lost. Seriously, like.
Saldırıya devam edin.
We're gonna not attack here.
Hazır ol.
I'm fine with this.
Gitmeye hazır.
It's not passable. I thought I already called them. I was gonna say.
Emirleriniz için hazırım.
Silly billies.
Hazırım. Hazırım komutanım.
I don't know why you guys are like here.
Harekete
Attack
hazırım.
here, I guess. It's called Beijing. Surely China can only be united by the sword.
Marş.
Harsh. You said it. That's what I'm saying.
Hazırım efendim.
What are we doing in terms of resources? We're in a good spot.
Harekete hazırım.
that. Well, actually, we probably want to wait for the Germans to like reduce themselves. Bulgaria has annexed those guys. All right, whatever. We're in 39, and we're still going. Stop. Get better rifles, first of all.
Hazırım efendim. Harekete hazırım.
Oh, Bulgaria can send 4 volunteers, man. I'll take the help. Makes me glad that I sent my assistants.
Hazırım.
I mean, I'll take riverboats. That seems pretty good, actually. Yeah, we'll win there pretty quickly.
Burayı dinle. Saldırıya devam edin.
I can achieve a counter breakthrough.
Hadi durmayın, devam.
Things seem to be going okay here. I don't love this situation. I'm surprised the Iranians have not declared war yet. There we go. Oh, they're a puppet of Iran. Alright. I wish I knew what that meant. Iran breaks the 1913 Shat al-Arib protocols. Established in 1913 after almost 100 years of negotiation, the Shat al-Arib Arab protocols were the crowning achievement of the resolution that ended the Iranian-Ottoman border conflicts. With this last guarantee of Iranian neutrality in the East gone, it's without a doubt now clear that Iran will entertain its ambitions and strike in Iraq. Fighting between the two great powers commenced in the early hours, as well as air bombardment of the Fao fortress on the Shat al-Arib was followed by a small incursion of Iranian cavalry regiments in the Solomonaya. Or it is then. Alright, give me a second.
Emriniz var mı? Yürü, yürü, yürü.
There we go.
Emriniz. Harekete hazırım.
The Kingdom of Georgia is preparing to declare war on us? What the heck? The Kingdom of Georgia. Of Georgia? Yeah, sure, man. Georgia? What the heck? I mean, I guess I'll have to hand over Batumi. Given your alliance with the Reichspakt, I don't really have much choice.
Püskürtüyoruz komutanım.
Either way, I think that's going to be it. I will have to see you
Emirleriniz.
in the next episode. Bye-bye.